Time to check in on the Coca-Cola family of drivers' fuel for refreshment. Kurt Busch, Harvick, Stewart, Jeff Burton, even Kyle Petty has led as well in this race. Elliott Sadler, Michael Walter, part of the DEI team there, currently running 20th with Dale Earnhardt Jr. 19th, and we have received word officially that points leader Jimmie Johnson is done for the night, but he won't lose his points hold coming out of this race.
Well, that's one of the benefits right now of having that lead and having that problem tonight like he did here today. It'll pay off as far as him being able to hang on to that lead.
And this last fall, this is the race where Jimmy lost the points lead. He had it coming in here and lost it, of course, before they went into the chase for the championship. Kasey Kahne currently the leader over Kurt Busch. But, Jeff, since we have the fireworks on Friday night with Carl Edwards and Elliott Sadler, they said it was over with. But currently, Carl is 12th and Elliott right behind him running 13th.
Yeah, I think that just a lap or so ago, Carl was able to slide by Elliott. But Elliott pretty much told us, hey, I'm big picture racing. I'm trying to win a championship. So that was last night. I'm focused on getting my car back to victory lane or up in the top 10 for sure tonight.
Worth keeping an eye on. Let's rejoin Darrell, Larry, and Mike.
The worst that could happen to Jimmie Johnson, who will finish this race in 40th position, is if Greg Biffle wins the race and leads the most laps. He would leave here in a tie with Biffle for the point lead going to Charlotte.
Now, I thought those two guys at 15 and 43 were told to stay away from each other.
And they did until now, Darrell. 125 laps into the race. These are the two cars that had a magnetic attraction for one another at Darlington and were both invited to spend some quality time with the NASCAR officials in the Oval Office after the race at Darlington.
It's a little smaller track. It's harder to stay.
Oh, round goes somebody over there.
Turn 2, and it is Scott Riggs.
Caution is out.
Third caution of the night, and it comes at lap 126. Scott Wimmer will get the free pass as Scott Riggs.
I don't think he hit anything. He got a poke, I think.
And let me correct. I inadvertently moved I-80 Speedway to Missouri. Schrader will be in Nebraska tomorrow at Nebraska Raceway Park.
Gets down in here, and hello.
We got a little help.
Is that Kyle that got?
That was definitely the 45 car, Kyle Petty.
Yeah.
From Kevin Harvick, as cars were fighting to.
In front of you, Kev. Right front, back it down, right down. You're clear, go.
And you see the caution lights ablaze. So we'll have Craftsman pit stops at lap 127. Beginning with Steve.
Mike, on that run, Kurt Busch said his car started out way too loose. By the end of it, he was way too tight. When they get around to the left side tires, they're going to pull a spring rubber out of the left rear spring to help his car. Matt.
Tony Stewart lacking forward bite. Greg Zaffinelli will make an air pressure adjustment to try to fix that. Also slight chassis adjustment. The car still tight. He just cannot get in the gas when he needs to, Dick.
The adjustments made to Kasey Kahne's car in the last pit stop worked well. Kahne pitted perfectly, and he is by far the first man off pit road with some adjustments in the back end of the car for tires and fuel. A nice pit stop by his guys.
Penalty. Dale Earnhardt Jr. too fast entering the pits.
But I'm going to tell you what really helps Kasey Kahne and that Tommy Bowen crew sitting on the Bud pole. Their pit selection, they're right at the end of pit road. When they drop the jack, he just has to move a few feet to win that battle off pit road.
Third caution of the night at 128 laps in Richmond.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. won this race last year, still looking for his first win of this season. Kasey Kahne leading Kurt Busch, Kevin Harvick, and Tony Stewart. Jeff Burton rounding out the top 5. Let's check out the biggest movers so far, Jeff.
And right now we take a look at Mark Martin. When he came into pits, he was 18th. He's now moved up, gained 4 positions along with Travis Kvapil also. So how about Dale Earnhardt Jr.? Big gain again.
Craftsman's biggest movers. Tony Stewart has led the most laps, followed by Kasey Kahne, who is your current leader. Let's rejoin Darrell, Larry, and Mike.
We'll restart with 31 cars on the lead lap, the last of which are Ricky Rudd and Dale Earnhardt Jr., who was penalized for too fast entering the pit. With the electronic timing system, And Casey Kane leads Kurt Busch, Kevin Harvick, Tony Stewart, and Jeff Burton. Busch to the bottom for the lead.
Trying to get this lead in a hurry here on this restart. Just dove to the bottom of the racetrack off into turn one.
Well, you got to take advantage of those new tires because you got the most grip for the next 4 or 5 laps.
Kurt Busch trying to get the 5 bonus points for leading a lap. He's got it. Tony Stewart trying to take advantage of Casey Kane for second. Puts the Home Depot Chevy up into second place. Kevin Harvick and Jeff Burton, meanwhile, have to deal with lap cars. And now they both clear the traffic, so the first 5 in order are the first 5 in the race. Steve.
And Mike, just to update you on Kevin Harvick on that pit stop. Harvick said he's been just a little bit tight all night. They made a small air pressure adjustment. He is tight from the center of the corner off.
Thanks, Steve. Kyle Petty got pushed out of line in turn 2. Again, got that stuff on the tires. Lead change, Stewart. Right back to the front. On the bottom, Kurt Busch arcs it in, but he's going to give the spot up to Stewart.
I think Stewart's car is bad fast on sticker tires. I mean, he can get to the lead in a hurry on sticker tires.
If you watched us last night on FX, Stewart's car looked a lot like Clint Boyer's did, the 2 car for much of that race. Rocket fast on new tires, but had to be out front. Couldn't climb the ladder late in the race.
And I think the history on that 9 car, if you think about it, through the last year and a half has been the fact that they don't run very good on new tires. They run better on older tires, like they start real low on air pressure. You can get way down on air. Hey, these 2 guys are hanging together again tonight. I like
Together again.
Still.
Wonder what they're thinking.
That's the 43 of Jeff Green and the 15 of Michael Waltrip, both Owensboro, Kentucky natives, and they spent a lot of time together last week at Darlington.
We're seeing a tire rub on Kyle Petty, the 45 car. I would say when he got bottlenecked up over there in turn 2, we were talking about someone probably got into him and pushed the fender in on the left front tire. Probably going to have to come to pit road and fix that. I know what his hopes are right now is he's sitting there, I think, basically 1 lap down, that a caution comes out and he can fix it under caution.
Show you how tough it is to pass here. They restarted, what, 5 laps ago, and already Dale Earnhardt Jr. is half a lap down to race leader Tony Stewart after serving that penalty, Matt.
Junior has now pitted 3 times, Mike. The car still tight. Pete Rondeau made an air pressure adjustment to try to free up the race car in the center of the corner, but then Pete told Junior something that shocked him.
Hi, June. We got caught too fast entering. What? We got caught for too fast entering pit road. I was with everybody else.
I'm sorry, Judge. I was just going as fast as everybody else. Well,
And he dropped from 19th all the way back to 30th. And Mike, we saw last night in the Busch race, track position so important. We saw the 2-car Clint Boyer pit late. Couldn't make his way back up through there. A lot of traffic through Junior's windshield.
Yeah, but I think the difference is Clint Boyer had a good handling car. It's when you have a bad handling car and they stick you at the back of the field, that's when you're in trouble.
You're going to be in trouble because you know what's going to happen to you? You're going to be seeing that leader before too long, and he's going to be behind you.
or when you stop again, you're going to take chances. No tires, 2 tires, do something different to get out of sequence and get track position back.
Oh boy, next Saturday night, under the lights at Lowe's, all-star race.
$1 million smackers.
No points, no cares, just that $1 million. There you see our top 3 in our Fox track. You can see the miles per hour down to about 95 miles per hour in the middle of the corner. In these straightaways, over 150 miles per hour.
Steve's in his pit.
Hey, Mike, before the race restarted, Kurt Busch asked Jimmy Fennick to have the crew check for blisters on the set of tires they took off. He said on 3 occasions during that run, he saw puffs of smoke inside the car. Jimmy Fennick reported back that the tires looked okay. Kurt said, I'm not sure what it was, but again, the report is the tires looked all right.
Well, it could be as rubber builds up on the racetrack, you get a piece of rubber up inside the engine compartment. It'll fall down on the header, and it'll sit there and kind of puff and burn itself out. And these tires are shredding rubber off of them pretty badly, and so I think that's probably what happened. He got a piece of rubber up on the header, smelled it burning, it's probably gone now.